question is really about being friend-zoned or not prioritized or not being wanted by the person you want. This person's in a situation where they want to be romantically involved with this person, but that person is actually rejecting them. So if you're in a situation like this question might be for you. Ask Loz, the video series where I answer your manifestation questions. Now, why the fuck would you ask Loz? Because I get so much goddamn success in my following, from my Facebook group to my private Facebook paid group to my TikTok following to my YouTube following and more. I get so much success because I focus on self-concept, changing you to change your situation. Now, this question that I'm about to answer might apply to you, so let's listen up. How do you stay focused to manifest multiple areas, money, love, business, success, when life stresses get in the way, working very hard to not react? Now that's the main question, but actually the meat of the question's in her description. Met SP, specific person, 5 years ago. Felt not good enough. SP calls me alien. We love each other, run businesses together, talk daily, but he says sexual connection is bad. No social skills. Don't want to ruin business relationship. I'm still technically married for financial reasons. Also, I want to manifest my own money. So can you see in this question, this person's actually got an assumption based on what the guy said that he doesn't want her. He's actually verbalized that he only sees her in a non-sexual way, or he's actually criticizing the way she is, saying things like the sexual connection is bad and you've got no social skills. Like, not a very nice thing to say if that's the person you're in love with. Not the nicest thing to hear. And also calling her an alien. I'm not quite sure why he's doing that or what that's about, but it's obviously a critical kind of nasty thing to say to put her down. And unfortunately, this person's putting up with that and thinking that that's an okay thing to put up with. So let's investigate a bit further by delving into her childhood and why this might be occurring, why she's putting up with being spoken to in that way, and why she's putting up with a situation where she's not getting the love back that she wants, even though she loves him. She's putting up with a kind of situationship or them caring about each other, but not getting the actual love and attention and prioritizing in relationship that she actually wants from him. And the clue will be in her childhood. If you've never watched me before, guys, you'll understand from the answer to this question that I always delve into people's childhoods, and I always ask them further questions about their childhood to establish what their self-concept might be based on that. Because your concept of yourself, the way you feel and think about yourself, is based on what you established in your childhood about yourself, your subconscious thought that was formed by the age of 7 and a bit later, but mostly by the age of 7, forms the you are now as an adult. And unfortunately, whatever you formed as a child, you're stuck with. And that's what your mind thinks you are, your concept of self. And you'll reflect that concept of self out to everyone else and they'll reflect it. So if you feel not good enough, if you feel like you don't get prioritized, that's how a person in romance, in love, will treat you. And that's how this guy is treating her. That she's not a priority, that there's something wrong with her, and that she's not enough for him. And that he doesn't want her or necessarily love her in the way she wants. Now, what we've got to investigate is what in her is making him act that way, say those things. Because you've got to understand, guys, everyone is a direct reflection of your dominant thinking about yourself. And so when someone says nasty things to you like the sex is bad or you're an alien, you've got to understand that thought came from you first. Now, you might not have consciously thought, oh, he thinks I'm an alien or he doesn't want to have sex with me. But your subconscious mind might think things like, I'm not good enough, or there's something different about me, or I'm wrong, or I'm not sexy, or I'm not beautiful, or I'm not lovable. And then shit like that will come out of their fucking mouths. And you'll get really hurt by it and think, oh, he doesn't love me. But it's actually because you don't feel lovable or enough, and then they will reflect it. So let's find out a bit more about her childhood and how she's got herself in a situation where she feels not good enough, not prioritized, and that there's something actually wrong with her. Mother, very critical and controlling alcoholic. Now, weren't the comments from her SP critical and putting her down? Interesting. Father, emotionally distant gambler who would leave my sis and I for weeks. Okay. So there's some abandonment stuff going on and the person being emotionally not there for them, not giving them the love they want. Similar situation. This man isn't giving her the actual love that she craves. I never felt safe or secure. She doesn't seem to feel safe or secure in this relationship with this person because I never knew what would happen. So one minute this guy is saying nice things to her probably, and the next minute he's calling her an alien. Very familiar territory for her mind. Childhood, very enmeshed with immediate family, not many friends or social life, never felt like I fit in. That's a classic I'm not chosen, I'm different, there's something wrong with me remark to say that you didn't fit in. And that means you feel like because you didn't fit in and you were different, you're defective in some way or something's wrong with you, and then you'll actually assume in life that people will see you that way as not enough or different or not good enough for them. And that's how this guy's seeing her, isn't he? As someone different. What was the name he called her? Alien. What's an alien? Someone who stands out in the room, is completely different from everybody else. Things are alien to them. They're an alien. They stand out. They're very, very different. So he's literally reverberating out of his mouth her thinking about herself. I'm different. I don't fit in. She might not be thinking she's an alien. She may never have used that word about herself in her whole fucking life. But that represents her thinking about herself being very different and not fitting in like an alien. Okay. So if her thinking about herself is that she's not enough, where's that actually coming from other than that? Well, if you had a mother who was very critical and told you you did things wrong all the time, you're being told you're wrong. Like they're strict or they're critical, you're doing things wrong. You're wrong, you're doing things wrong, you're wrong. And after you've had a mother or a father telling you all the time that you do things wrong, you start to feel wrong, like there's essentially something wrong with you. And then you'll essentially feel not enough and maybe like an alien. Never felt safe or secure because I never knew what would happen. Well, that's understandable considering emotionally distant gambler father. So when someone's a gambler, has an addiction like that, like a drug or alcohol or addiction, they're actually prioritizing something else other than you. Oh, and her mother also was an alcoholic, so she prioritized alcohol over her children. So you've got a father prioritizing gambling and a mother prioritizing alcohol. How are those children going to feel? Not prioritized? Sure, because they're prioritizing other things other than them. And then when they are around, they're not giving them the love they want. And when they are there, they're critical, especially the mother. So how is that person going to grow up thinking love is like? Well, they're probably going to be criticized by their partner or controlled because their mother was controlling and critical, or they're not going to get the love they need from the person, or not prioritized from that person because their little mind, when they were little, associated love with feeling not prioritized, not loved, and controlled and criticized. Okay, so your mind will seek out any kind of situation where you feel not enough. Now, she's actually married at the moment and not happy and staying there for financial reasons. Now, why is she in an unhappy marriage? I would like to investigate that further if she had further coaching with me, advanced coaching. But for now, all I know is that she's still technically married. Now, how you end up in an unhappy marriage where you don't feel happy is probably because you don't feel enough as you are, or you feel not lovable, and then you're in a loveless marriage that's just there for financial reasons, okay? And she might be staying because she never feels safe and secure, so she's actually staying there for financial reasons, because essentially by herself she wouldn't feel financially safe or secure, which is part of her question, that she wants money and business success and her own money, and she's stressed by that, so that might be why she's staying. And the fact that this new SP isn't giving her the love she wants or the security she wants. So she's staying there for security, even though she doesn't want to stay. But she really wants to be over here, but because she doesn't get the love or security or safeness from this person, she hasn't left yet. So that will make you stay in bad situations, like a bad marriage, okay? Because you don't feel like you're going to be safe and secure anywhere else. And then you won't get the love you want from someone else, and you're not getting your love from this one either. So you're not getting love from either of them, just like your mum and your dad. Okay, so unfortunately, your dominant thinking about yourself comes from that childhood experience of not feeling loved, prioritized, or chosen by your parents, and therefore that will happen in love, and that's exactly what's happening to this person. So what can she do about it? I normally give people affirmations. Now, this person has actually done my self-concept course where she will know some affirmations she already needs to do based on the fears she discovered in the course, and her fears are exactly what I just said, that she's going to get hurt, the person might leave because she essentially doesn't feel lovable. So a lot of the affirmations that I will give her will be based on that, and she will have got them from the course. Things like, I am lovable just as I am. There is nothing wrong with me. No one would ever leave me. I am too good to lose. Okay? Things like that. They wouldn't dare hurt me. I'm too special to them. So focusing on not feeling like you're going to be hurt, feeling safe and secure. I am safe and secure. They make me feel safe and secure. I always feel safe and secure. The people I love make me feel safe and secure. They always prioritize me. They always put me first. Okay, they always give me all the love I need. If she said things like that and started to actually repeat those, let them sink in on a daily basis, she would start to slowly but surely start thinking that way about herself, that people in her life will reflect that, and then slowly he will too. It might not happen at first straight away with that particular person, because she may have a very old story about him not loving her, treating her in a different kind of way, but eventually he will, because she'll change, then he changes. So guys, you've got to understand, in all love situations and in all situations, you are manifesting your reality based on what you think about you. So if you don't feel lovable, if you don't feel like you're ever going to be prioritized, and if you feel like there's something wrong with you, that's how the person will treat you. And that's exactly how this guy is treating her, like an alien who's not prioritized, who isn't sexually attractive to him, who he doesn't want to be in love with, he will just have a business with. She's just enough for that. So she has to start really affirming that she's enough, really affirming that there's nothing wrong with her, really affirming she's prioritized and chosen, and then imagining that this guy is the one who chooses her and he feels very differently, and throw that old story and all the old shitty stuff he said to her away, because she's got to realize the stuff he said came out of her fucking brain. Guys, if you can identify the things they say came from you, yes, they might have been subconscious and you didn't consciously put those thoughts in their mind, okay? You didn't consciously put those thoughts in their mind. If you can identify that, things will change for you very quickly, because you're not taking to heart what they said. Oh, you're an alien. Oh, I'm not sexually attracted to you. You'll think, do I think I'm not enough? Do I think I'm not sexy? Do I think I'm not beautiful? Do I think there's something wrong with me? Oh yeah, he's just saying that, isn't he? This is just my thoughts out of his mouth. So guys, whenever you're in a situation where they've said something hurtful, done something hurtful, you've got to realize it came from you first. That's what manifestation is. You are the only cause of your reality, and the way you change your reality is to change you, and then everything changes. The person has asked about money and how to feel secure with money. But if you think about the situation I've been talking about in her love life, and how she doesn't feel like the person's going to give her what she wants and feel prioritized, well, when you feel that way, insecure in love, you're actually going to feel that about money too. And it's very interesting that she also has an insecure feeling about money not staying with her, not being there for her in the same way that she does in love. But the clue is also in her childhood, what she told us about her dad. And she said he was a gambler, an emotionally distant gambler who would leave my sis and I for weeks. Now, my mum had a gambling dad, and the thing about gambling is, one minute he might walk in with heaps of money, he's won on the horses, right? And the next week you got nothing and you're scrimping and saving for groceries. That insecurity of money when you're a child, one minute you experience having school clothes and the next minute you don't. One minute there's food on the table and the next minute there isn't. One minute your dad's there and the next minute he's not, will actually make you associate that feeling with money. So whenever you get money as an adult, you will subconsciously have this thought that it will go away, that it's not secure, that one minute it will be there and the next minute it will be gone. So it doesn't surprise me at all that this person has this question all about security with money. And I get stressed about money, and she's very stressed and feeling insecure about money. Well, that's understandable, isn't it? When one minute the money would be there, one minute the money wouldn't. One minute her dad would be there, one minute he wouldn't. One minute he'd be prioritizing money and the next minute he'd be prioritizing them. Money comes, money goes. Dad comes, dad goes. So the way to feel secure about money is exactly the same way she needs to feel secure in herself, feeling good enough for money to stay, as well as men to stay, love to stay. So guys, you'll associate sometimes the same problems you have in love life with money life. Sometimes you don't, but sometimes they do go hand in hand. If you don't feel good enough about the money, money won't stay. If you have abandonment issues, money won't stay. If you feel like you won't be prioritized in life, money won't prioritize you. Okay, you've got to understand the same thing can happen with money. So she's got to feel secure with money as well as relationship. So she can say things like, in life now, I always feel secure. I always have everything I need. I always feel safe and secure. I always have an abundance of what I want. I don't need to stress anymore. I'm not the old me. That childhood that happened to me where I never felt secure, that's the old me. I don't need to fear that anymore. I don't need to feel that way anymore. I don't need to think that way anymore. When money comes, I know it stays. When it goes out, I know it comes back to me. I always feel safe and secure in life and with money. Okay, so she can say that too, as well as feeling that way in love. All right. So guys, if you want to ask Loz your question, you want specific affirmations like I gave this person, you can be anonymous. You can ask your question in the Ask Loz link in the description and also in the comments. You can write your question on a form with a little more description about the question and your childhood, and then I will answer the following week on YouTube just like this. There's also my love course, Worthy as Fuck for Love, which goes in depth about your fears in love, the way you react, the way love shows up for you, and what to do to change it. You can get that now on a pre-sale price for $200 off the actual price. It drops on Valentine's Day, but you will get special little things in your inbox now leading up to Valentine's, and you'll get it for the special pre-sale price. So guys, you can ask Loz anytime. You can also get my courses. You can also go on my website, get the Loz letter every Wednesday and my free ebooks and e-courses. And I will see you soon. Bye guys.